Hello, BookTube. Welcome to another vlog. Yes po, this is a BookTube channel. Although I also share my work experience here. And apparently, some of my viewers or most of my viewers, most of my subscribers have found my channel through this work vlog that I did like long time ago. And I'm thankful for the engagement, thankful for your questions because if not for you guys, I don't have work vlog contents anymore. But just to set expectations, this is still a book vlog, book channel, booktube channel. But of course, you can subscribe because, sing it, sing it. So what we are talking about today is this question from Rhea de la Cruz 8411. Ano po ba yung mga importanteng skills and abilities na dapat meron ang isang compliance officer? Hindi ko din alam. Seriously speaking, I have 7 or 6. Yeah, I have drafted my list eh. Kailangan natin ng kodigo, guys. I have 7 tips or skills here in my list that I think is or are very helpful for a compliance officer, entry level ka man or hindi. Baguhin natin, hindi siya helpful but important. And of course, hindi lang dito nagtatapos ang listahan, but I think you have to focus on these points muna and, develop or enhance your skills even further. Number 1, attention to detail. The main objective of a compliance role, regardless of your level, is to ensure that your organization is compliant to your laws, regulations, and internal policies. So we work to prevent and address some concerns or potential violations and minimizing legal and regulatory non-compliance or legal and regulatory risks. So since we have to adhere sa ating mga batas, mga regulations, mga policies, even the minor details is very crucial. Hindi lang siya legal risk, hindi lang siya regulatory risk, could be financial risk kasi there are also fines or penalties na we have to follow or we have to pay kapag meron tayong violations or potential risk on reputation and many more. I don't think mas masasabi ko sa inyo na in one go lahat ng risk na pwede nating ma-miss kapag hindi tayo ganon ka attentive sa details. So every time na you are assessing an activity or a transaction, it's very, very important na you know and understand what you are doing or what the organization is doing. Pasensya na medyo may ingay ang eroplano. So usually what we do is monitor it aside from being a consultant, an internal consultant ng mga business owners, we are also doing monitoring to ensure na everything is in place. Hindi ko sinasabing kailangan perfect lahat. Meron tayong mamimiss, but at least minimal lang as much as possible. Number 2 is a strong analytical skills. At hindi lang ito sa analysis ng numbers best. It's more often na you are analyzing communications, laws, interpretations of the regulations, and you have to assess the impacts of this risk sa organization. What I can share lang is my experience, and currently I am focused on sales and promotions, laws, and regulations about sales and promotion. Having analytical skills will help you understand further compliance framework. You can also evaluate data. You will be able to spot anomalies, irregularities. Kapag naiintindihan mo na everything, you can make informed decisions na pwede mong i-recommend sa organization or sa leadership or sa top management. So everybody is compliant or at least may minimal risk tayo. Anong number na ba tayo, Bes? Number 3 is enough understanding of the regulations. As I mentioned, na-mention ko na ba? Iba-ibang laws, iba-ibang regulations. We have a huge pile of books on laws and regulations internationally and locally. So, depende kung saang industry ka at anong company mo, international or multinational ka ba or local company. Depende yung mga regulations and laws na nag-a-apply sa isang organization or sa practices ng isang organization. And yes, I said enough understanding kasi it's well, hindi tayo perfect lahat. Hindi mo perfectly may interpret yan lahat. And sometimes our laws, regulations, and even policies are very generic. Hindi siya ganon, hindi lahat ay ganon ka-detail para masabi sa atin kung ano yung black and white. There are more areas na tinatawag nating gray areas, meaning we have different interpretations. So you have to understand the principle and the risk, bakit tayo may ganitong law, at ano yung iniiwasan natin kung bakit tayo may ganitong law. Number 4 is effective communication. As a compliance officer, you are also the consultant. Hindi ka lang nagre-report ng audit or ng monitoring, hindi ka lang taga-bantay, but also a consultant. So it's very important na you communicate well your observations, your opinions, or experts' opinions, informed decisions para lahat ng tao sa organization are aligned. Being a compliance officer, isa sa aming trabaho or important job is to make sure that everybody is aware of the regulations, the laws, and the policies. So how do we do that? Sometimes we do training, sometimes we do email communications, we have campaigns, even yung mga fun activities para lang ma-engage yung mga tao, because it's very boring. Ako din, nabobore din ako paminsan kapag compliance yung pinag-uusapan. So you really have to catch their attention kasi hindi lang yan yung trabaho nila. And you really have to make them understand, why are we doing this? Bakit may function na ganito? At bakit may mga nanghuhuli? Aside from those responsibilities sa ating mga business owners, we also have the responsibility to report potential observations, potential deviations, and let them know the risk, anong impact nito sa organization, sa business, para they are well informed when they make the decision kung no or no-go ang isang activity or ang isang transaction. And again, hindi lang din siya black and white sa yes or no. Sometimes you have to explain or document, or you have ways to mitigate the risks. Number 5, problem-solving ability. Tayo ang taga-solve best. Or sometimes, you have to recommend actions lang in order to solve a potential problem or existing problem. It's very, very important because every day we encounter challenges related to requirements or regulatory requirements, sometimes ethical dilemmas, even organizational processes. Sometimes we have to change or update the policies. We have to change the ways of working even. And of course, hindi lang tayo yung gumagawa nun. Hindi lang tayo yung responsible about that. But we have to understand sino yun dapat na gumagawa ng action point na ito. And again, babalik tayo doon. Understand the impact of this risk to the organization. Nag-lock best yung aking laptop, iPad. So whenever you have consultations or monitoring audit, you have the ability to analyze the issue, identifying the root cause, and recommending or implementing effective solutions on these issues. Sometimes there are also very complex issues or problems or challenges na we encounter na hindi lang siya for your function. So you really have to know who or what functions you need to involve para ma-resolve yung issue. And another important thing is you have to mitigate these risks timely para hindi na siya mangyari ulit or ma-prevent yung issue na existing. Number 6 is your adaptability to evolving compliance standards. Isa sa mga pet peeve ko yung dati okay naman to, dati naman na-approve to, dati naman pwede to. Meron tayong tinatawag na mga emerging risks na dati hindi natin nakikita pero nandyan pala. Meron din tayong mga emerging risks na ngayon lang lumalabas. One example is digital related risks. Dati naman hindi naman lahat naka-digitize, hindi lahat naka-system, wala tayong tools na ginagamit. Pero ngayon, halos everybody is in the digital world already. So we have to navigate through the potential risk in the digital world. Kailangan natin silang i-educate at kailangan nating maging aware everybody na there are risks na pumapasok at lumalabas at ngayon pa lang nakikita. So, compliance standards are evolving. Hindi pwedeng dahil ginawa natin dati, gagawin natin ulit ngayon. We have to assess each and every activity or transactions based on the current issues, current standards, current risks na we see. So, bilang compliance officer, tayo ay maging advocate, maging ambassadors ng compliance sa ating evolving standards. At let them know, let the people know na ito ay nag-i-exist at merong risk kapag hindi tayo masyadong nag-a-adapt sa ating mga pagbabago sa buhay. And lastly, number 7. Ano ba yung 7 ko? And lastly, number 7. Connected din ito dun sa kaninang na-mention ko on building awareness and educating people. Another important skills is interpersonal skills. Dati na-train ako hindi naman na-train, but namulat ang aking mga mata bilang auditor. At bilang auditor noon, very mailap yan sa mga tao. Kasi ayaw natin magkaroon ng misperception na friend kasi natin to kaya wala silang finding, friend kasi natin to kaya kino-consider natin ito, tinutulungan natin sila, nililinis natin sila, etc. Ang ingay naman ng mga tao. Ngayon kasi iba na yung practice. Auditor ka man or compliance officer, you have to build relationships within the organization kasi it helps you to foster compliance nature or compliance culture. Very important ang effective collaboration and ability to influence others. Para hindi lang tayo yung sumasakit yung ulo, 'di ba? And also, kapag ka maganda yung relationship mo with your business partners, they tend to be more transparent. So, nakikita mo din yung dapat mong makita. Sometimes kasi kapag takot sila sa'yo, medyo patago din sila or medyo hindi mo makikita or hindi nila pinapakita yung bigger picture, which is very challenging kapag ka ang objective mo is to bridge gaps. So, paano mo mabibridge yung gap kung hindi mo nakikita yung gap? So, very important na your relationship is good. At alam mo ba, nabalitaan ko na ako ay isa sa mga taong nakalista sa BRF. BRF ba yun? BRF. But yeah, dahil daw mukha daw akong mataray. So when I started leading trainings, I tried to be funny. Minsan nga corny na. But I tried to be funny, to be fun, engaging. And as much as possible, I involve games or para maging interactive yung discussion. And as much as possible, I also open interactions na feel free to ask or feel free to cut me if hindi ako masyadong naiintindihan, masyado ako mabilis, or you need to clarify something. It's really important na they know na you are open. And kasi sometimes there are challenges na hindi mo nakikita at nakikita lang ng kung sino yung end user at sino yung nagpa-practice ng mga bagay-bagay. So, yun lang muna yung masashare kong skills. Maybe more technical next time. I also have received questions about the tools or systems na you need to know if you are a compliance officer or auditor. So, siguro, pwede din natin siyang itap sometimes. But these tips or these thoughts na I shared with you today is more generic and sana maging foundation ng mga other skills and developments natin as a compliance officer. So hopefully this video helps or helped mga grammar Nazi dyan. Let me know if you have more questions or if you have more compliance or work topics na you want me to share. Para din, maganda din kasi yung nag-share ka at nakikinig ka ng mga ganitong thoughts and opinions or sharing. Kasi lumalawak din yung understanding mo at may nakukuha ka something. Sana may nakuha kayo dito na something. At least kahit isang tip or important skill na you want to work on to be a successful compliance officer. So, yep. That's it. Medyo malulubat na ang aking phone. Phone lang ang gamit ko today. So, I'll see you on my next work vlog.